Hi, I'm Jillian and I'm an intern at the Fixel Institute. Today I'll be guiding you through some upper body stretches that'll focus on loosening up your shoulders, your arms, your hands, and your wrist. So for these stretches, you are going to need enough room that you can lay down, somewhere to sit, and a wall that you can use for some stretches. Additionally, you'll also need a cane or a broomstick for some of the stretches, and that's all you need for these. Make sure you're in comfortable clothes and have enough space that you can freely move and get around for all your stretches. Stretching is a super important part of your daily routine, and it's great to keep you moving and feeling good as well. So hopefully these stretches will be great additions to your daily exercise routine. Let's get started. The first 4 exercises will be done laying on your back, so you can go ahead and get into that position and stay there while I go through these explanations of how we'll be doing the next 4 exercises. The first position we'll be in is laying down, so this can either be done on the floor if you're comfortable getting up and down from the floor, or these can also be done on a bed or any flat surface that you have. So for this first exercise, we're going to be using our cane or broomstick. I just have a broomstick, but anything with this shape will work. So for this one, you'll want to have your hands about shoulder width apart. If it's uncomfortable, you can go into a wider grip and lift above and back down to your hips, whichever one is more comfortable for you. So for the first position, we'll be laying down flat on our backs. So you'll want to be laying down flat on your back. If you need a pillow behind your neck, because it's uncomfortable to lay flat, you can do that, but as you start to lay down and loosen up those muscles, if you're able to lay with your head flat, that would be great. So we'll start down at our hips, and what we'll do is raise it with our arms straight all the way up and behind your head as far as you can go. And we'll hold it at the end and then bring it all the way back up to your hips. So we'll move through these slowly, feeling the stretch, but not going too far. And then we'll bring it all the way back up to your hips. Then lift. And when you feel the stretch, you can hold it there and hang for a little while to feel that stretch. And if you can, go all the way back and then hold it and bring it all the way back up to your hips. So that's 4. We'll do 10 of these.
None of these exercises should be causing you any pain, and it's important to go as far as you can to feel a stretch of the muscle. But if you start to feel pain during the stretch, stop before that point, or avoid doing the exercise altogether and consult with a PT or an OT.
Hold it, and then all the way back up. 6. Back up. 7. And hold at the end. 8. 9. And the last one, up and hold it. 10. So for this next stretch, we'll be back laying down, and we're gonna lay down on our sides. So we'll start on the right side. So you can lay down on your side with your knees bent and together, your feet stacked, and you can have a pillow if needed for this one. So you'll lay with your bottom arm flat on the ground and your top arm resting on top with your hands together. So from this position, what we're going to do is arc your arm up and over, trying to get your shoulder blade down as far as possible. And back up. So we'll be twisting your body, trying to get this shoulder blade down to the mat. And while you're doing it, you should follow this hand that's moving up and over all the way. And then you come back and put these hands together. If it's uncomfortable with your arms straight, you can bend your arm and just focus on getting that shoulder down and back up. So we'll do 10 of these with this arm and then switch into the other side. So we'll up, follow your hand all the way, hold, stretch, and then come all the way back with your hands together. So 1, 2, really focus on following that hand and trying to make the movement bigger each time. 3, 4, 5, 6. Really try to keep those knees together during this as well. 7, 8, and 2 more. 9, and 10. So now we'll do the other side. So you can just roll onto your opposite side. I'm gonna lay the opposite direction so you can still watch. Bottom arm flat, top arm over, knees bent and together, and we'll do the same 10. 1, 2. Really focus on getting that shoulder down, not just the arm. 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're holding at the end to really feel that stretch. And hold it. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9, last one. 10. While you're still laying down, you can do this wrist stretch. So I'll show you first laying down. So you'll put your arms out straight in front of you and bend one wrist and use your other hand to push down and stretch out. And we'll relax that, and then you can do the other hand and hold that down and stretch out the tops of your wrists. All right, and you can relax your wrists. So next we'll be laying on our stomach, so you can roll all the way over until you're on your stomach, and this is how we'll do our next exercises. So now that we've gotten onto our stomachs, you should be on your forearms, so you'll have them bent in your hands on the ground or the bed underneath you. So from this position, we'll be doing our first exercise and stretch. So what we'll do is shift all your weight onto one arm and lift the other and reach and try to twist and reach across your body and come down, and you'll look up at the hand that's out in front of you. So we'll just alternate going between shifting to each side, and we'll do 10 of these total. So we'll reach and look out at your hand and then come back down. It's 1, 2, 3, Really try to twist and reach as far as you can between each side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 more. 9, and 10. And relax. For our next exercise, we'll have to transition from this position onto all fours. So to get there, what we'll do is once you're up on your forearms, you'll roll your lower body to one side. So have your knees and bring them as close to you as you can, and your feet still stacked. So we'll take this outside hand and use it to push up and get to both hands. Now that we have both hands down on the mat, you can turn your body and get your knees underneath you as well. So once you're in this position, make sure your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And now we'll be ready for our next exercise. So from this position, what we're going to do is take one hand and we're going to reach underneath our body and try to bring your shoulder to the mat to get a good twist. And then we're going to bring that arm back up and reach it up to the sky and open up your chest and then come down. So we'll be doing 10 of these, going alternating between the sides. So we'll start with one hand and reach under, try to bring that shoulder to the ground and hold that stretch, and then come all the way up and open up your chest. So that'll be 1. Now I'll take the opposite hand, come under, stretch out down here, and then come all the way up and open. That's 2. And then other hand again, down. Really feel the stretch at the bottom. 3. Other hand. 4. Reach all the way across as far as you can. And all the way up, really opening that chest. That's 5, we're halfway there. Back to this hand. Reach all the way up, extend. That's 6. 7. Almost done.
If you enjoy stretching with these trunk mobility exercises, you can do a full program through Parkinson's Wellness Recovery. The link for these is on the screen.
And 2 more. Really get the most stretch out of these last 2. All the way up. 9. Now we're on our last one. And all the way up, and that's 10. The next position we'll be in for our exercises is sitting. So to move to that position, what we'll do is either push back and lift our hands till we're on our knees. And if you need some support while doing that, what you can do is use the chair that you'll be sitting in and place one hand on top of the chair to push yourself up onto your knees. Once you're on your knees, you can put both hands on the chair or surface and get one leg up and push yourself up until you're standing. And then you can sit down in the chair and we'll be ready for our next exercises. All right, now that we're in sitting, the first thing we're gonna do will be super easy, but we're just gonna do 10 hand flicks. So when you do these, you'll start with your hands in fist and then extend them all the way out until you feel a stretch in between all your fingers and open all the way up and then close all the way. So we'll do 10 of these with both hands. So start in fist and then open all the way up and close. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more big one, 10. You should feel that stretch in between all your fingers. So in this seated position, the next thing we'll do is a sequence. So we'll start arms up, will be 1, and then arms behind your head will be 2, arms out 3, and then behind your back 4. So we'll go through this sequence 10 times total. So every time you do it, I want you to reach as high or as far out as you can. So we'll go 1, up, 2, behind your head, feel that stretch, 3, out with your thumbs pointed up, 4, behind your back, that's 2. So up, behind your head, out, and behind your back, that's 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 total. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 5. Go up, behind your head, out, thumbs pointing up, and behind your back. That's 5. Up, behind your head, thumbs up and behind your back. 6. Up, behind your head, thumbs up, behind your back. 7. Up, behind your head, thumbs up, behind your back. 8. Up, behind your head, thumbs up, behind your back. 9, and one more big one. So all the way up, behind your head, all the way out and behind your back, and relax. So the next thing we'll do in sitting is a little bit of a wrist stretch. So what we'll do is bring your hands together in front of your face with your elbows pretty close, and then we're going to push down with your elbows out, and you should feel a stretch on the underside of your wrist. So we'll start up and push down and hold this for about 10 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In between, we'll do some wrist circles. So go ahead with one hand and do 5 wrist circles. 4, 5, and then the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do one more of this stretch. So we'll start with elbows pretty close, and then we'll push down till they're out and hold that for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we'll do 5 more wrist circles with each wrist. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so for the last few stretches, we'll be standing and you'll need a wall to use. So for the first one, what you're gonna do is place your hand on the wall with your fingers pointing back. So you'll have your hand on the wall and take a few steps forward until you feel a stretch across the front of your body. So once we're in this position, we'll hold this stretch for about 15 seconds. And you should feel a stretch across the front of your shoulder, not too much where it's uncomfortable, but just a stretch. And when 15 seconds is over, you can flip, and then you'll take your opposite hand, place it on the wall, and then again take a step forward, and we'll hold this side for about 15 seconds as well. Now we'll do that one more time on each arm. And when 15 seconds is over, you can flip. We'll hold this side for about 15 seconds as well. Those are all the stretches that I had for you today. Hopefully you feel like you got a good stretch of your upper body, and these will be some good stretches to add to your daily exercise routine. So thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Bye.